Welcome to Living Large Camping. We're Connor and Amelia, and this is our new to us Winnebago travel trailer.
After spending 2 years and over 40,000 miles in a Lance truck camper, we have switched over to the trailer lifestyle, and this is honestly what we think is the perfect couples camper layout. We got a ton of reasons why. Let's show you now. This is a 2016 Winnebago Micro Mini 1706 FB, and all that really means is it's 17 feet long, it is a tandem axle trailer, and the bed is in the front of the camper. But there's lots of good specs about it, starting with the fact that it is a 5,500 pound gross vehicle weight rating, which means you can tow it with almost any vehicle. Before we get into all the features of the camper, we do tow this with a Ram 3500 that has the 6.4 gas Hemi engine. It's a little bit too much truck for this size of the camper, but we did use this with our truck camper previously. So instead of changing campers and vehicles, we just stuck with what we have, and at least it pulls it really well. Over the 3,000 miles that we have towed this camper, we are averaging like 10.5 to 10.8 miles a gallon, which we're pretty happy with. It was a slight drop from our truck camper, but overall, basically the same. We have just about 50,000 miles on this truck, and it has been pretty problem-free except for a couple things that were dealt with at a dealership under warranty before it was a major issue. Only thing that we have changed is adding a heavy-duty front bumper and some all-weather tires that are winter rated. Other than that, she's stock and pulls the camper great. We're gonna go around and show you the outside. The 17-foot platform comes in at just 20 feet overall hitch to bumper, which is really nice because it means we can fit in just 2 parking spots back to back whenever we do need to go in town and run errands with this thing behind us. It also is only 7 feet wide, so we can fit through most places, and any tight spots with the camper are really easy to get in and out of. We'll go through the driver's side of the camper and show you what all is around here. Coming down the driver's side of the camper, we do have some really nice basement storage here, and then next to that we have our on-demand water heater, which we're still not really sure if we like that or not yet, but it's what we have, and so far it works. Also have the vents for our fridge, and then we have our shore power hookup, our freshwater fill, our city water fill, satellite and cable, but our TV doesn't work, so we don't ever use those 2 plugs. Couple nice windows and an exhaust fan for the kitchen, and then out here we do have an exterior shower and a black water tank flush, which is really nice because it gets it nice and clean and a little bit less smells inside the camper. Also, flush tank valves are down here at the bottom. We'll go to the back and work our way around. Nothing crazy on the back side of the camper here, just a spare tire mount and then a 4-inch bumper where we have our sewer hoses, and we also had to upgrade to some magnetic sewer caps, which have been really nice, so they don't fall off on the side of the road like they did to us. Here we have the larger of the 2 pass-throughs for our basement storage, which we can get all of our tools and our Starlink and a bunch of different camping items stored in here. Then we have a powered awning, some really nice windows for the bed and a dinette, outdoor plugs, and that's it. Speakers, nothing too crazy. One thing that we definitely missed in our truck camper was a place to put all of the items that we don't really want inside the camper with us, and that's where this basement storage comes in really handy here in our new travel trailer. We have this thing loaded down with all types of items and gear, and it looks pretty chaotic, but everything has a home, and it's nice to have it just out of the way. One of the main selling points on this camper was the fact that it does have tandem axles, and these are torsion axles, so they are very comfortable and drive really well down the road. One thing that I wish we could change, and we might be able to later on, is how high this camper sits from the road. They do make a small lift kit that we can put on top of the axles themselves. So at some point, whenever we get time, we might do that just to give us a little bit more ground clearance, but the tandem axles was definitely a non-negotiable. That's enough for all of the boring stuff on the outside of the camper. Now we're gonna head inside and let Amelia show you guys around. One of the best parts about our new camper setup is how much storage we have, which means that we get to stock up on our favorite electrolyte drink, Element, which is also the sponsor of today's video. Amelia and I have already been using Element over the past 6 months naturally, so we've been able to see just how beneficial it is as a part of our daily routine. Element is a tasty electrolyte drink mix that's filled with everything you need and nothing you don't, which means a lot of salt and no sugar. There are tons of great flavor options, including the return of the chocolate medley pack, which has a chocolate chai that makes our morning chai tea taste incredible. Element is packed with electrolytes, which help the body perform many basic functions, including regulating hormones, absorbing nutrients, and balancing fluids, which will help us recover from many different forms of daily exercise. When used properly, Element can help prevent things like headaches, muscle fatigue, cramps, and other symptoms that are commonly related to electrolyte deficiencies. If you're ready for a change from the common sugar-filled sports drink, head over to drinkelement.com/livinglargecamping or click the link in our description below to receive a free 8-count sample pack with any order. Thank you again to our friends at Element for sponsoring today's video and improving our lifestyle one drink at a time.
Well, welcome to our new to us 17-foot travel trailer, and we hope you guys enjoy the little tour of inside. When you first enter, over here are our tank sensors. We have 35, 25, 25, which is fresh, black, and gray, which is a major upgrade from our truck camper that we had before this trailer. Down here in this cabinet is just kind of miscellaneous junk, as well as where we keep Barkley's food and treats, because it is very important to have those with us at all times, as you know. Over here in our next cabinet, we have our massive closet. We have pants and shirts hanging here, as well as all of our shoes down below that we have full. We use all of our shoes, and honestly, we are so glad we have a nice storage place to put them and close it. Two things that we also have in this camper that we haven't really used is our tiny TV, which actually doesn't even work. So we're trying to figure out what we want to do with this area. And then over here we have our speaker, which plays throughout our camper as well as outside, which is really nice. But we have yet to use it. Coming in just a little bit further into our camper is our dry bath. As you can tell, we also use this a little bit as storage, especially on travel days, and we love it because Connor can fit in the shower and he is 6'2". There is plenty of room to wash your face in here and actually have a functional sink. And there also is another cabinet in here where we are able to put more things and store more things. But for the toilet to be separate from the shower, we didn't know we would love it as much, but I don't think we'll go back to a wet bath. As you can tell, it's not the cleanest because it is a travel day today and we store everything in there, but that's just the reality of it. I think we all do the same thing. Welcome to the kitchen, which is right next to our bathroom. It honestly is very spacious. We upgraded to a 3-burner stove. Prior to this, we had 2-burner, and it is very nice to have that. We also upgraded to a microwave, which we rarely use, but is a very nice amenity when we have a plug-in campsite. Down here, we also have an oven, but I think we'll love using it for some roasted veggies, maybe some cookies. We just need to be in the camper a little longer, I think, to use all of these amenities. But down here, we have massive storage for all of our pots and pans and food, as well as our utensils, another junk drawer, and then all of our plates are up here. Below the oven, we have 2 pantry bins. We don't really have a pantry in here, but we do what we can, as well as with the basement, we store some dry goods over there. So we make sure to use the space very well. Over here, we have our dual sink, which has been really nice for us. We thought we wanted to upgrade to one large sink, but this one came with a drying rack inside. It's really nice to be lazy and not dry our dishes every time.
As we move over towards the bedroom, we are sitting here in like the living area, which has our dinette and our fridge. This is a 10 cubic fridge, which is an upgrade from our truck camper that had just a 3 cubic fridge. So we've tripled the size of our food storage. It is still a 120 volt or a propane fridge, which honestly we don't love. It gets way too cold and ends up freezing our food even on the lowest setting. So we don't love it, but we like the size. There's also a furnace down here that is just an RV furnace. There's nothing special about it, but it is able to blow kind of right into the bedroom, which is really nice to have on those nice cold mornings. On the dinette, we do have some clothes storage up top for Amelia and myself. Below the storage is our dinette here, And this is a bigger dinette than what we were used to because we did have a U-shaped dinette previously, and honestly don't really have a preference either way. But the nice thing about this one is we have huge storage areas underneath the dinette cushions that we can put all kinds of things that we don't need on a daily basis. The dinette here, plenty of room to play cards and to eat meals and just hang out whenever we need to be inside the camper. And it also serves as a way for Barkley to get up into bed by jumping onto the dinette and up into bed. In the truck camper, he was stuck up top and it was like a little jail for him. This camper does have some pretty nice windows in here, including this big one on the dinette. But the best thing about it, and the main reason that we wanted to upgrade to a trailer, sort of, the air conditioner. This is a 13,000 BTU air conditioner that we have used a few times, and it turns me from hangry and overheated to a nice, calm person. As I mentioned before, at the front of the camper, we did move the battery from outside to in here where we have our Goal Zero 6000X. We've been using these products for a little over 3 years now, and they have never left us without power, which is really nice. This one has enough power for us to go like 8 to 10 days off the grid. Obviously, we're not running the air conditioner or a bunch of big appliances all the time, but it's been a nice surprise to see how long we can go off the grid in our new setup. There's also things like the water pump down here, which is extremely loud, and we're going to have to insulate at some point so we don't wake each other up every time in the middle of the night, and storage for a bunch of random things.
All right, my favorite place where I spend most of my cozy mornings is here in the bedroom, where Connor serves me my tea every morning, which is very kind. It has been really nice waking up in the morning and getting to hang out with all this extra headspace and not worry about hitting my head like we did in the truck camper. Above the bedroom, we have some massive storage as well, where Connor keeps more of his clothes and pants, and I also do sweaters and pants and shirts. Honestly, most of our clothes are up here and it fits a ton, but it's nice because it's out of the way and we don't have to worry about hitting our head because it is so high. Whoops. When we first got the camper, the mattress was really bad, so we just put on a 4-inch mattress topper, which has been a game changer. And the two things that we love about this are the windows on either side. We get a really good cross breeze when we open them up, and we also have amazing views when we get to some beautiful campgrounds, which Connor usually picks anyways. It is an RV Queen, which is surprisingly roomy, and I think that's because both sides are against the wall, so Connor gets to snuggle up over here, I get to snuggle up over there, and Barkley takes about almost half of the bed while we sleep at night. The other funny thing about this place when we first bought it is this curtain. It just feels like a hospital bed. So we don't use this often. Connor kindly puts it out sometimes when I'm sleeping longer than him, but it just feels weird.
And just like that, all 115 square feet of the camper have been shown in just a short little clip of our new perfect camper setup.
Let us know your guys' favorite part, and if we missed anything, please put them down in the comments below. We try to make these videos not so long and a little bit more entertaining so we don't bore you guys, but we always may miss something, so please let us know.
This is our 7th camping setup and our 4th official camper setup, which sounds like a lot, but we always preach that it's best to change your campers whenever your needs change. And for us, our needs have just changed away from the truck camper lifestyle, even though we do love it and could go back to it someday. But for now, being able to drop the trailer, explore towns and areas with the truck is a really nice benefit. And so far, it's exactly what we've been needing.
If you guys haven't heard, we are back in the trailer for 5 to 6 months traveling around. So please stick around as we explore more places, especially because our truck is separate now from the camper.
If you're new to this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join us on our journey over the next 6 months, but longer than that because we do have a small cabin in Michigan that we'll be going back to in the summertime. But for now, we're going to do some winter camping. We're going to go and explore maybe the Carolinas and all the stuff in between. We can't wait to share it all with you guys. And for now, hope you've enjoyed the camper tour.
Thanks guys for watching. See you next week.
Oh, jinx. Hope you guys have a large day.